November 14th, 1942. For 2 days, USS Enterprise and the U.S. fleet have been fighting the battle of their lives in the waters off Guadalcanal. Now, in the darkness of night, an enemy gunship force led by battlewagon Kirishima is about to pound the U.S. forces on the island with a massive barrage. But what the Japanese don't know is that Enterprise battleships South Dakota and USS Washington have just been sent to stop them dead in the water. From the bridge of the Washington, Admiral Lee sends a fighting message to the rest of the fleet. Stand aside. I am coming through. USS Washington is a North Carolina-class battleship right out of the Philadelphia Navy Yard. Overall length, 729 feet. Displacement, 35,000 tons. Her weaponry is 9 16-inch guns, 20 5-inch rifles, and more than a dozen automatic anti-aircraft guns. 12:15 a.m. Radar on Battleship Washington picks up the location of enemy warships east of the volcanic peak known as Savo Island. 10 miles away, Battleship Kirishima and an enemy fleet head right for Guadalcanal on their mission to hit the Marines. But the USS Washington has the Imperial battle wagons dead in sight. Washington's big 16-inch rifles open fire before the Japanese know what's hitting them. Her first victim takes a load of American lead as Washington roars out a storm of heavy fire that devastates the Imperial warship. In another clash of iron, Imperial and American vessels square off in a gruesome display of firepower. In less than 3 minutes, USS Washington hammers out an amazing 42 rounds from her main battery. Now she squares off with Battleship Kirishima. The thunder of 14-inch and 16-inch rifles and cannons echoes across the sea as Washington mauls the Battleship Kirishima with her broadsides.
During that battle, it's interesting that you have a preponderance on each side of their preferred weapon of choice. The Americans bring much heavier gun power to the fight. The Japanese, for their part, bring much heavier torpedo firepower. And yet, in this particular fight, the Japanese are not able to make that advantage in torpedoes tell.
From the coconut-lined banks of Guadalcanal, Enterprise pilots and Marines can clearly see the blaze of the nighttime slaughter.
It was 20 miles away, but it sounded like out just next door to your tent. These battleships having at each other.
From where we were, we could see the flash of the big battleship cannons, the cruiser cannons, and the lesser ones down to 5-inch going off, and the Japs were shooting at us. It was a horrendous battle.
Battleship Kirishima is finished. Her hull and superstructure are torn by the American shells. With fires raging over her decks, the enemy crew is forced to abandon ship. USS Washington is the only American battleship to actually sink an enemy battleship in the Second World War. Now, she and South Dakota lay into Japanese cruisers and destroyers, firing rapid broadsides from 16-inch and 5-inch guns. "242 Americans and 249 Japanese are killed." And the following day, Battleship Kirishima is scuttled. She joins her sister Hiei in a watery grave in the depths of Iron Bottom Sound. For the Japanese, Defeat in the November clash at Iron Bottom Sound destroys any hope for victory at Guadalcanal. They will simply have to let the Americans keep Henderson Field.